Yes, people, I'm back with another prediction video, and we've got a really exciting week this week, guys. We've got UFC Fight Night, Sean Strickland versus Alex Fluffy Hernandez. I'm really looking forward to that fight, guys. I can't wait to get into that one. But to start it off, people, we're gonna go have Carl Judice versus Julianne Miller. Now, Julianne Miller's opening up as a massive favourite in this one. 4-3 in MMA, 2 wins in the UFC, 2 losses, so not the best record. She's coming off that win over Ivana Petrovic. Be honest, it's not coming to my memory. Luana Santos, I know that name. I know she's a good fighter. Veronica Hardy, very good fighter as well. No shame in them losses. Win over Brogan Walker. Carly Judice, on the other hand, 5-2. So they've got very similar records here, guys. I don't think the odds should be as much in favour as Juliana Miller as they are. But Carly Judy's riding a 2 fight win streak as well. Both finishes, round 1 head kick KO over Eunice DeBen, and round 3 knee to the liver and ground strikes. Wow. I didn't watch tape on this one, guys, but I bet that sounds like it was some finish. Um, yeah, I don't think Juliana Miller should be as big as a favourite that she is, but at the same time, people, I'm gonna have to go with Juliana Miller to win this fight. I think Juliana Miller's gonna get a decision win over Carly Judy's. Now, next up, people, we've got Yada Devell versus Jordan Levitt. Now, Jordan Levitt, if you're an English MMA fan, you would have remembered Paddy Pimblett getting that awesome win over him. There's a lot of trash talk going into that one. Jordan saying that he was going to twerk on Paddy. Paddy done a little teabag, if you remember that one, guys. Um, Jordan's coming off a win to Kurt Holloway, Anaconda choke in the first round. I remember that. That's a good win. He lost in a grappling match in karate combat. Not much in that. Rear naked choke loss to Chase Hooper. Don't think there's a lot of shame in that. Obviously, Chase Hooper lost to Alex Hernandez after that, if I'm correct. But well, a little bit after that by the looks of it, back in 2023. But Yada Deville, it's his debut in the UFC, if I stand correct. We'll soon find out. 10-0, so he's got a really nice record coming into this one. Most of his wins coming from submission or decision, but he's got a couple knockout wins as well. Oh, sorry, no, he's someone else that's debuting on this card. Yada Deville's got a win over Conor Matthews, rear naked choke in round 1, and a rear naked choke over Isaac Dolgarian, which, if you remember, guys, that Isaac Dolgarian win, I'm pretty sure Yada Deville was a massive underdog going into that one, and the FBI is investigating Isaac Dolgarian for throwing that fight, if I stand correct, guys. So yeah, I think this is going to be a really tough matchup for Jordan. I wouldn't put it past him being able to put a submission out of somewhere. He's got really good grappling, but I think Yada Deville's going to make a statement here, guys. I think he's going to come out and he's going to get the finish, get a submission finish over Jordan Levitt, people. Now, next up, guys, third fight of the night, we've got John Paul Lebanowski, Lebanasnani, fuck knows how to say that, versus Philip Rowe. Now, I know Philip Rowe is the underdog coming into this one. I like Philip Rowe. He's a really fun fighter. 11-6, 4 wins in the UFC, 4 losses. So he's a bit of a win one, lose one. But as you can see here, that loss to Song Kon Hu, no shame in that. He's a really tough fighter. Win over Anjay Lusa, it's a good win. Grappling win over Lucas LaRue. Decision loss to Jake Matthews. Lost to Neil Magny. Not terrible names to be losing to, guys. These are people right at the top of the division. And Jean Paul Lebanasnani, I'm butchering that name so bad. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the person who's making the debut in the UFC. So he's obviously got his Contender Series win over Jack Congdon, that vicious head kick and right hook, round 1 finish. He was meant to have a fight with Austin Vanderford, but ended up getting cancelled. Um, I've heard a lot of good things about this fella, people. I think he's coming to make a statement against Philip Rowe, but the thing is with Philip Rowe, guys, you can't count out Philip Rowe. like I say, 50-50, win one, lose one, but is he going to win or lose this one, people? But I'll be honest, people, I think I'm going to have to go... No, you know what, people? I was feeling Jean Paul, but I'm going to stick with what I know. I'm going to go with Philip Rowe in this one. I think that's the first underdog that I've picked there, people. So it'd be nice to see Philip Rowe get a nice underdog victory over Jean Paul Lebanasnani, however the fuck you say that. Right, next up, people, we've got Ramiz Brahim versus Pernell Soriano. Now, this is another one, people, where Soriano's an underdog, and I'm leaning towards Soriano in this one, guys. 6-4 in the UFC. He's got that nice win over Varetnikov. You've seen what Varetnikov just done to, oh, what's his name? Whoever he fought last week, I forget his name, innit? Win over Uros Medic. Win over Miguel Beza. It's not a bad record for old Soriano here, people. Not a bad record at all. You got Ramiz Brahim, on the other hand, guys. 13-5. Lots of his wins coming from submission. He likes a submission win. Very similar record though. 5-3 in the UFC. He's got a win over Austin Vanderford, who Soriano was meant to fight. Oh no, sorry, Jean Paul was meant to fight, who we talked about last. Submission win over Billy Ray Goff. TKO win over Mickey Gall. I think that was Mickey Gall's last fight in the UFC. Lost to Themba Gorimbo. Themba Gorimbo was looking really good at that point in time before he lost to Vincent and Luque. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to go for the underdog again in this one, people. I'm going to go for Soriano to get the sneaky underdog win over... Where's he gone? Over Ramiz Brahim, people. Right, next up, guys, to finish off the prelims, we've got Nora Conalone versus Jocelyn Edwards. Now, I'll be honest, people, the Nora name rings a bell. I think I've seen a fight before, but nothing's coming to me head. Jocelyn Edwards, on the other hand, I've seen fight multiple times. I think Jocelyn Edwards is going to get the decision win over Nora Colon on that one, guys. Now, up next... Oh, no, still in the prelims here, people. Not onto the main card yet. Still on the prelims, we've got Alden Correa versus Luis Gureli. Now, we've got two back-to-back wins. Ooh. A no contest, overturned to a no contest, so I wonder what that was about. But he had his win in Fury, obviously he won in his debut in the UFC, nice finish in the third round. Luis Gurel, on the other hand, 10-2. I think he's got a few, I think he's got a few more fights in the UFC, but yeah, he's got 2 fights in the UFC, 2 losses. A loss to Odie Osborne, which Odie Osborne, people, the amount of times I've picked Odie Osborne and he's looked great in the first round, and the second and third round he's just turned off and turned to absolute dog shit, to be honest with you. And I love Odie as well, but it's just frustrating to watch him do. I remember him doing it against Steve Erceg. Great first round against Steve Erceg, and then just gave up the rest of the fight. Don't want to say gave up, for lack of a better word, just gave up. But I think Correa is going to get the win over Luis Gurel in that one, people. I don't think Luis Gurel is going to be finding his first win in the UFC tonight. Now, up next, people, talking about Odie Osborne, we've got Odie Osborne versus Alibi Adris. Now, Odie Osborne, 13-3. He's got a lot of wins by knockout, a lot of wins by submission. 5-7 in the UFC. There's that Steve Erceg fight that I was talking about, people, and there's that win over Luis Gurriel that we were just talking about. Alibi Idris, on the other hand, one of these crazy Kazakhstan. Is he Kazakhstani? I think he's Kazakhstani. I'm glad I got that one correct. 4 wins, knockout, never been knocked out. 1 sub, he's been subbed as well. And then 4 decisions. He's got a good record coming into this one, guys, but at the end of the day, his 1 fight in the UFC, he lost to Joseph Morales, so I'm going to have to go with Odie Osborne in this one, guys. I always pick Odie, and he always lets me down, but if you pick him enough, he's bound to get one right, any guys. So I think another underdog, guys. We're gonna have Odie Osborne. I'd like to say he'd get the finish, but maybe a knockout from Odie, knockout or decision win. Either way, I think Odie Osborne's gonna win that fight, people. Now this is the prelim main event. We've got Chiji Echukakani, 25-11. I've watched Chiji fight a couple times. Really fun fighter, entertaining fighter. He's obviously coming off that loss to Jake Matthews, but before that he went on quite a nice run, 3-fight win streak, win over Eliza Zaleski, win over Jared Gooden, and a win over Reese McKee. Carlos Leo, on the other hand, if our memory serves correct, 22-7, but I'm pretty sure he's got knockout after knockout his last couple fights. Lost to Muslim Salikov, round 1 knockout, yep, I remember that now. A knockout win over Alex Moreno, decision loss to Renat Faritnikov, and then that's all his fights in the UFC. Chiji is good. This is a close one, people. I think this is going to be a really close fight. I can see it going either way, to be honest with you, but my gut was telling me Carlos Leal, so I'm going to stick with my gut on this one, people, and I think Carlos Leal is going to get the knockout win over Chiji and Jukani. Now to kick off the main card, people, we've got Zachary Reese versus Michel Pereira. Now Zachary Reese coming into this one 10-2, 4 wins in the UFC, 2 losses, coming off a nice round 2 rear naked choke over Jackson McVeigh. The Cedric Dumas fight, which I believe he kicked him in the nuts and Cedric couldn't carry on, so no contest for that one. Nice win over Dusko Todorovic and a loss to Asmat Bekiev, but wins over Jose Medina and Juliana Marquez. So he's not bad, people. He's fought some good competition. He's not won all of them, but I think Michel Pereira, I was going to say, I think he's coming to the end of his career, but there's nothing Michel Pereira can do that won't surprise me. Now, you look at his last 3 fights. Round 1 knockout loss to Carl Dorcas. Decision loss to Abis Magomedov. TKO to Fluffy Hernandez, who's in the main event tonight. Guys, they're absolutely unreal names. Unreal might be a bit of a stretch, but they're really, really good fighters. Really good fighters in the welterweight division. Middleweight division, sorry. He's moved up now, hasn't he? Yeah, guys, I mean, look at that run that he went on before that. Eor Potieri, Michael Olewetschwit, which I think that's when he backflipped onto him that time. That was awesome. The Andre Petrosky win, Ponzinibbio, Andre Filau. He was on an absolutely unreal run, Michel Pereira. Absolutely unreal run. But, as the old saying goes, people, I think every dog has its day. And I think it's going to be a bit of a changing of hands in this one, guys. I think Zach Reese is going to get the win over Michel Pereira in this one, people. Now, next up on the main card, we've got a late notice person coming in. I think Jacob Smith was originally meant to be fighting. It will tell us here, but Jacob Smith 11-0, absolutely unreal record. That's it, people. He was meant to fight Siak Kun Ho and Nico Price. Nico Price, that's who Varetnikov knocked out the other week, people. The name that we were trying to remember earlier. But Josia Harao, all fair play to Josia Harao. Josia Harao 11-0 as well. Wow. It's a good matchup they put together this late. Whew. Wow. I didn't realise he was undefeated as well. The exact same record. This is going to be a good fight, people. I had Jacob Smith before when he was fighting Kun Ho, so I'm going to have to stick with Jacob Smith fighting the short notice replacement. You guys know how it goes with the short notice replacements. It's either going to benefit or be a deterrent to the fighter, depending on what they've trained for, what they've been prepping for in their training camp, what style of fighter. If he was training to fight a wrestler, now a knockout artist has just stepped in, you're a bit screwed, ain't you? Not screwed, but training camp got wasted on the wrong thing. So, but I think Jacob Smith's going to be able to pull out the win over Josiah Harrell in his UFC debut. Couple UFC debuts tonight, people. Right, up next, people, we've got Sergey the Polar Bear Spivak. Oh, I never noticed he had a polar bear tattooed on him at all. 17-6, coming off that bad loss to Waldo Cortez and Jailton Almeida, but he had some nice wins before that. The win over Tybora, the win over Derek Lewis, lost to Cyril Gard, no shame in that. Now, Anti-Deja is coming off a loss to Derek Waldo Costa as well, if memory serves me correct, people. But the difference with Deja's fight with Waldo Costa is it was very, very controversial, because there was actually like a groin shot or some sort of eye poke. Can't remember exactly what it was, but this fight actually got stopped. It looked like they'd stopped the fight, they'd stopped the clock, they didn't call the timeout or anything like that. So it's a bit similar to when Tim Kennedy fought Ayo Romero, and he thought he finished him, then they let the fight carry on. You have a massive adrenaline dump, and then you have to get back in there, and I think that adrenaline dump played quite a big factor, in that loss to Waldo Cortez Acosta, because I thought Deja was looking pretty good before that little controversial moment where the fight got stopped and it didn't get stopped, and I don't think we can judge Deja off that last fight. I have heard rumours that he's injured, so we'll have to wait and see if this is going to bite me in the arse. But I think Anti-Deja's going to get the win over Sergey Spivak. I think he's going to get the knockout win, even, over Sergey Spivak. But up next, people, third to last fight, on the main card. We've got Dan Ige versus Melikes Costa. Now, Dan 50k Ige, you guys will remember him from when, well, obviously you know Dan Ige, but a lot of people will remember him from when he stepped in on late notice to fight Diego Lopez. Wow, that was absolutely unreal moment from Dan Ige. Bit win one, lose one recently. Lost to Patricio Pitbull. Win over Sean Woodson. Lost to Lerone Murphy. No shame in that. Lost to Lopez. Win over Andre Touchy Philly. No shame in them names that he's lost to. Malike Costa, on the other hand, 25-7. He's riding a really nice win streak, guys. Malike Costa's, he's got a win over Morgan Charrier, TKO, really nice win. Good name as well. Julian Arosa, another solid name. Rodriguez, C-Rod, normally stops all these up-and-coming prospects. Beat C-Rod, beat Andre Touchy-Feely, beat Shalain Biecki. Lost to Steve Garcia, but won up to Austin Ningo before that. Costa's going on a really nice run here, guys. Looking to make it 6 in a row. I like Danny Ige. There's some really good matchups on this card, people. Some really good matchups. I really like Danny Ige, but I'm gonna have to go with Costa. Sorry, Danny Ige, but I'm gonna have to go with Malike's Costa to get the win over Danny Ige in this one, people. Now the co-main event, people. This is going to be a banger. We've got Jeff Neal versus Uros Medic. Now Jeff hands of steel Neal, absolutely unreal story. Battling addiction in the UFC. He had that illness that nearly killed him. 8-5 in the UFC, obviously coming off that horrific spinning back elbow knockout to Carlos Prates. Got a nice win over RDA before that. Lost to Ian Gary, going to the decision with Ian Gary. Nothing to be ashamed of there. Same with that Shavkat fight. That was the toughest fight Shavkat had to date. Jeff Neal really gave Shavkat a fight. That fight, people. Wins over Luque, wins over Ponzinibbio, but losses to Magny. He's a bit. We've got Uros Medic on the other hand, people. Gut was telling me Jeff Neal, people. But Uros Medic, he's not a joke either. He's got Nazim Salikov, Gilbert Abina. I've just not seen him. Lost to Soriano. Nah. Jeff Neal every day of the week, people. I can't. As long as that Prates loss ain't affected his mental too much, ain't affected his chin too much, then Jeff hands of steel Neal every day of the week, baby, on that one. Now, the main event, people, arguably the fight I'm most looking forward to. Sean Strickland, one of my favourite fighters. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, one of my upcoming favourite fighters. Looking to overtake Strickland on that list this weekend. Don't kill me, Strickland. You're always going to be up there for me with that title fight versus Izzy. That was one of, if not the best fight I've ever watched. Ever. Like, oh my god. Probably the most rewatched fight as well. Strickland obviously lost to got the belt off of Adesanya, lost it to Duplessis, but it was a really good fight. A lot of people arguably had Strickland winning that one. Got a nice win over Costa, and then he got put straight back in there with Duplessis. Anthony Hernandez is riding a really nice win streak, 15-2. He's got wins over Delidse, I want to say is his last fight. Yeah, win over Delidse. That was an absolute dominating performance as well. Decision over Brendan Allen, TKO over Michelle Piera, sub over Roman Kopylov, TKO over Shabazian, sub over Barry Ute. Fluffy ain't a joke, people. You could argue the same thing about competition. But that last Fluffy performance, people, I'm super high on it. I'm super high on that last Fluffy performance, people. I love Strickland. I certainly wouldn't be annoyed if Strickland won. I'd be happy if either of these guys won, to be fair. I'm definitely not going to be salty about the winner of this one, people. But I'm going to have to go with Fluffy to get the win over Strickland on this one. As I said, sorry, Sean. I love you. You're one of my favourite fighters. But Fluffy's looking absolutely unreal, and if he comes out how he come out against Delidze, I think Strickland's going to have his work cut out for him. So guys, we'll do a quick little recap on my predictions, and then I'll be seeing you for the fights later on tonight. I'm so excited, got all my thumbnails ready, got everything ready tonight, so I'm not running about like a madman. Just do my reaction, title, description, thumbnail, laughing, people, laughing. So I've got Juliana Miller to get the win over Carly Judice. I've got Yeda Devale to get the win over Jordan Levitt. I've got Philip Rowe to get the win over John Paul Lebianos Nani. I've got Soriano to get the win over Ramiz Brahim. I've got Justin Edwards to get the win over Nora Corraleone. I've got Aidan Corral to get the win over Lewis Garil. I've got Odie Osborne to get the win over Alabi Idris. I've got Carlos Neal to get the win over Chiji Enekani. I've got Zach Reese to get the win over Michelle Piera. I've got Jacob Smith to get the win over Josiah Harrell. I've got Ante Didia to get the win over Sergey Spivak. I've got Meliske Costa to get the win over Dan Ige. I've got Jeff Neal to get the win over Uros Medic. And to finally end off the night, I've got Fluffy to get the win over Sean Strickland, people. Now, guys, thank you so much for watching the prediction video. I've got my new little lighting set up now because I just had a lamp that was hanging off my bed before. Now I've got a proper little doodah, goes over, shines on. So hopefully it's a lot better lighting for you guys, a lot better quality. Always trying to get the better quality for your people. If you like the video, please like, comment, share, subscribe. All the support's appreciated. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for the fights tonight. Peace and love, people. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, peace and love.